I do not know why it is not working. Am I working? Am I echoey? Maybe that's why. Technology hates me. Alright, we're good for that. Alright, maybe I'm echoey, maybe you can't hear me. We don't know. Check, check, 2, 3. Audio input capture seems to be working. Maybe there's music? It seems like there's music, even though I can't hear it. Okay. This is really weird. Like, OBS, it's super interesting going from different, like, things to things. You would think it'd be like one-to-one, like OBS to not OBS, but I don't know. Anyway. Okay. I just need to know. This is the pain of being a small streamer. Is that like... Who knows? Does anyone know if you can hear me? I think I can be heard. I think there's music playing? Maybe there's not music playing? I don't know. There is no feedback. So, okay, let's see. Do. Check. Like the... That's so weird. Okay, so... Audio input capture is taking my mouse. And maybe there's music in the background. But it doesn't monitor it, even though it told me to monitor it. I told it to monitor it. Checking. All right. This is such a fascinating world. Check. Okay, so I got the microphone to work. It looks like music is going, but I can't actually hear it. That's fine, I guess. I'll just be sad. And I might be echoey, so I probably should turn this off. I like that I'm just doing this live, like I could actually be doing something, but no. Nope. Interesting. Okay. Well, hopefully I'm not echoey. If I'm echoey, tell me, but otherwise than that, I'm just I assume there's music playing someplace in the world, and I just need to make stuff. So, anyway, with that, we will start making this, the OC Oracle. Alright. So, again, sorry. Hopefully you can hear words. And if you can't, I don't know what to tell you. But maybe that's fine. So, looks interesting. Alright. So I'm basing this act off the actual Ulstein Oracle that I made. Hey Freya! Can you hear me? I guess I should type. Can you hear me? M-I echo E. Okay, you can hear me fine. And is there music playing too? No echo for me. Excellent. Yeah, there's. I'm trying to use Streamlabs instead of OBS today to stream, and like, okay, and like I have like the Streamlab music thing that I'm trying out, so I'm not just like bootlegging Twitch safe stuff all the time, and like I put it so it should play back, but I can't hear it playing back. But the audio format thing says that it's playing music. I don't know. I don't even know. But hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. I was playing music. Weird. Okay, it's just like silent for me, which is probably good because I won't get. Sometimes, like with music, I'll get distracted and then I won't think about like what's going on, and I'm just like, oh, there's music, and I forget that I'm just like drawing. So maybe this will be better maybe this will be like a more entertaining stream or something. I am doing good. Kind of tired, but other than that, doing well. Good to hear that the holidays. I mean, good to hear that you're keeping busy. Hopefully that's busy. It's good busy. But yeah, I've just been trying to think about more interactivity here, which is, I think, a good thing. Or like other interesting games to make watching someone paint and draw more fascinating. I don't know. It's been hard, but like I don't know. Like, it's an interesting problem to think about because I'm a big fan of showing the process from like start to finish, but I also don't know if that's interesting for people. And sometimes I was watching some other people streaming and they already have like a pencil drawing done and then they're just inking, and like to me that seems more boring, but I don't know, maybe that's what most people want to see. It's because they're just like, oh, it's boring, it's like a blank canvas, I'm not interested in that or something. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm not sure what people. I guess there's like what you all want and what like people quote unquote want. I don't know. It's always a strange idea. But anyway, I was thinking, tell me, Frey, if you think this is a cool idea, that like part of my idea was to do a thing where I have different elements. Like, imagine there's like a little menu on the side of the screen, maybe say right around here, that said like extra eye, tentacle, like, I don't know, bloody appendage, etc., etc. And then depending on people's interactions, you could have, I'll roll a die, and what, depending, like 1 is extra eye, and 2 is like blood splatter, and 3 is like, I don't know, an extra snake somewhere. I don't even like painting snakes. I don't know why I would do that to myself. But like adding other elements to the illustration, and then like people can then like have me roll the die, and then it's like, oh, okay, cool, we'll do that. I don't know. At least for the TikTok audience, I'm thinking that might be something. But I don't know. I don't know what you think. As a loyal viewer, is that something you're interested in? Or like I'm just trying to think of like interesting, fun ways that might encourage viewership. Okay, cool. Awesome, thank you. I feel like, I know, it's probably like, it makes no sense asking you, Freya, because you come regardless of whether or not I have petty interactivity tricks or not. So I very much appreciate you. But this is based on like an actual this big thing I made out of like, the eyes are Christmas tree ornament blanks, and then there are what else do I have on there? There are and then it's like cardboard, and then foam clay, and then a wig, and then I put lights in the eyes, and so the monster's eyes blinks up, and so this is that thing that I carry around to conventions and stuff. And oh yeah, don't apologize. I appreciate the fact that you're just like, I just like watching you paint, as opposed to yeah, make it more interactive, and I want to be able to dictate more on what happens, I guess. So I am very grateful. Thanks, Freya. You're the best. Okay, so this is gonna be the sketch layer, just cleaning some stuff up so I know what I'm painting. Then we will ink this up. I think I might just do a simple like monochromatic background for this one. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Down, up. Oh, you're looking at colleges today? That is super exciting. And yeah, feel free to keep those 17,000 channel points, Freya. You know what? I'm like, I'll make like a 20K thing for like one of these days I'll do custom art for you, Freya, and I'll like make it into a thing. Like it'll be a print or a shirt or something, and I can reward your patronage, viewership. Wait, what? I just need a new layer. That's what I was trying to do. Like I said, I was thinking of doing a solid black or a solid gray as sort of the base color, but that, I don't know. Artifacts, I don't know. You know what? I'll change this. No, we'll get you some cool art for you somehow. We'll find something for you to redeem your channel points. You also made Freya facts too, which is going, I think, above and beyond the standard viewership, which have been fun. So okay, wait. So colleges, that's cool. I guess you're applying right now, right? Or you're applying next year? This year? Soon? That's fun. College is exciting. Sounds exciting. Do you know where you want to go? I need more of a... This is like... I'm trying to replicate the actual color. This is... I'm going to turn this off so you can actually see it. It makes me see what I'm painting a little bit easier as well. I don't know why I'm using that brush. I should need something with sharper edges. That's fine. Next year or two. Cool. Epic. That's cool. Do you want to stay relatively close to home, or do you want to like get out? Not well. That already implies a very specific feeling about one's hometown, which I don't necessarily, you know, whatever. To each their own. But for me, it was like, how do I get out of this town? Yeah, who would have guessed zoology? Zoology is awesome though. It's fun. Okay. You know, if Willow was here, she would be so proud. I am using a different layer for each different color or each different body part. She would be so happy. She'd be like, oh my gosh, you separated out the fill layers. I'm so proud of you, because I never do that. That's awesome. Zoology is cool. I think science is cool. You know, it's one of those things, like, you know, they, like, I mean, I'm like, multiple generations older than you, Freya, but, like, when I was a kid, like, there would always be, like, these, like, weird, or, I don't know, like, I feel like there's this idea that, like, science isn't cool, but then there'd be, like, really not uncool people being like, science is cool, but it's true, science is fucking awesome, it's so cool. I love science. Science is dope. Science is sick. Right on. Yeah, you know, like, not living at home, or like, and like moving to a different city, like, I was only out maybe like 2.5 hours from my hometown. I had like 2 hours, a 2-hour drive. It was far enough to feel like I was living on my own, but also close enough that if need be, I could always like go back home or something. It also made like holiday travel way easier. So like I get like, I don't know, being close but far. Also not like, I don't know, not wanting to deal with a move too, because that's like, it's a lot. Although, I gotta say, like, moving to college, it was like, oh, I need, like... Oh, I ended up living in the dorms my first year, but even then, it was like, oh, I need, like, a bed and sheets, and, like, my clothes, and my computer, and, like... That's all. And then now... I'd be like moving, like before, moving was like literally me with like 2 suitcases and like you need towels and like toiletries and like that was super it. Why is it echoey? Okay, it is echoey. It's echoey for you. Thank you for letting me know. Hey Baltic, is it now not echoey? Can you still hear me? Okay, I'm thinking music is still playing, and I'm thinking I'm still talking. So, hopefully it's not echoey. Still echoey. Oh. Now I'm really quiet. Okay. That might be too loud. Am I okay now? I think I should be over the music. But hopefully it's less echoey. Can you still hear me, Freya? Okay, I'm gonna do the teeth and the eyes in the same way. This might change. Magical green thing. Turn the music down just a smidge. Smidged? Smidgy, smidge. A little bit more. Okay. Hopefully that... Okay. Everyone, my Streamlabs is not actually monitoring anything for me. So, like, I don't even know why I have headphones in right now, to be honest, because I can't hear anything that my computer is putting out. So I don't even, like, I don't know if music is playing. I don't know what music is playing. So if the music suddenly is like, I think Rick is dumb, I'd be like, I don't know. I wouldn't even react because I wouldn't even know what's going on. Okay, that's better. Good. Can you, hopefully, Baltic, welcome and thanks. Hopefully that's still, like, visible for you. You might think this is anatomically what some might refer to as a vagina, but it is an orifice. Just to be clear for anyone and anybody who gets weird about using anatomically correct monsters. It is just a labial orifice, so don't get all weird out, people. And then I'm gonna make my layer for stick underneath. Okay, so I've got this weird monster totem on a stick. It's the all-seeing oracle. It sees all, it knows all, and it can tell the future. Oh yeah, we're gonna get some Freya facts? Hell yeah, Freya. Bring it. Bring it your Freya facts, please. Bring it on. So, this is wild. What am I doing? I'm going to make a... No, I'll do that. Alright. So we've got a creepy monster face now. Now it's time to re-ink the inking layer. Labeling thing. I'm doing good, guys. This is excellent. Turn down the opacity. Turn down for what? And I'm going to need someone to help me decide what lighting pattern to do too, eventually. Like, in theory I should know it as I start the inking, but this style specifically doesn't super matter. So, it'll be fine. This is kind of a fun calligraphic brush. Allows me to, I mean, like, you know, whatever. Kind of, I'm not a big fan of Adobe, especially after it went to its subscription model. But, and I'm sure Procreate can do the same thing. I'm sure there's a lot of other programs out there. So, don't like, I don't know. I'm not saying like Adobe is the only thing that can do this. So, but like just making custom brushes or buying brushes if you don't want to figure out how to make them, all very useful things in my opinion. That's like a weird, oh, okay, I was like, what angle is that at, like, and the angle was like that. Very, very strange, very, very that I chose to make such a weird angle for that eye, but you know. Monster making, you're gonna do weird stuff. But I might actually take my fortune-telling monster show live at some point. Maybe I'll just do a fortune-telling show. We'll do some tarot reading. I don't know. Yo, what's up? Zakat? Zakat. This is, I love your name, because I'm not sure if it's like Zach, if your name's Zach and you're like Zach Cat, you know? Or if you're like Zakat, like, you know, it's kind of like a little bit of a, like, French, the cat, you know? Le chat, but you're like Zakat, but your name is also Zach, I don't know. Anyway, hello, welcome. How are, it is Zachary, cool. Welcome, and thanks for stopping by. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm just making a monster head that lives, that's been cut off and put on a stick, but it's still alive, and it tells the future. Because it is the all-seeing oracle that sees all and knows all. And yeah, it's creepy. How did I know you speak French? I thought it was just a pun that someone who is at least familiar with French would be like a solid thing, you know? It's a good name. I was just commenting, I was like, oh, that's such a good handle because of the flexibility it offers, I think. You know? The cat. And I don't speak French, so please excuse my terrible pronunciation. You know, just putting it out there, I don't actually speak French, so don't listen to me. But I thought, I was like, ooh, that would be a cool, very, very cool, it'd be cool if you did speak French. Anyway, cool, I'm glad you're doing fine. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, if you have any questions on like art making or technique or anything, I'm trying to replicate a very specific style that I'm doing for this series. I'm making a card game, like a tabletop card playing game that I will be launching a crowdfunding campaign in March for. And I'm just making monsters, so there's going to be like demon gods. This is a past example, and this is the all-seeing oracle, which is one of the totems that I'll have in the game. So there's going to be gods, totems, spells, and there is also cultists, which will be people, real people, if they want. That's the idea, though. Don't do digital art. Won't ask any art tips. That's cool. Do you do traditional? It's like the most custom stream. Let me just switch to my traditional setup. No, I don't. That's not gonna happen. But oh, you do traditional? That's awesome. You know, the traditional and digital, like, while there's certain aspects about digital that definitely you can't do traditionally and things you can do traditional that digital still doesn't quite mimic very well. There's still a lot of the same thinking in my mind, actually, between the two mediums of like, you're still thinking about things like, this is specifically, I don't know if you do representational art, but like, if you're a representational artist, it's like a lot of it's the same idea of like light, shadow, how do I create form, or the illusion of form. So it's like very similar, there's like things like, switching brushes that you can do digitally. Like the way I'm, in some ways, like the way I'm changing the angle of this brush that I'm using is pretty similar to using a flat brush if you were painting traditionally and then using it to like angle things. Or if you're inking, you do it that way. But what kind of mediums do you use in traditional? Like painting, charcoal, sculpting. I love me some traditional, but it's got into a point now where so much of my output needs to be digital anyway that like the speed is just and also lack of cleanup is helpful. Oh, alcohol markers. Okay, so like Copic, or like what is it? What are they? Prismacolors? That kind of thing. Oh, Hoo-Hoo. Ooh, I haven't heard of them. That's cool. I'm always interested in new art material brands. Mostly because, mostly because I just like experimenting with stuff. Partially because I used to be a demonstration artist for a few different art material brands, and so I got to go to the North American art material trade show one time. And that was super cool because I just got to like learn about all these other brands and meet other small kind of shop owners and like, where's the good stuff? What do they make? Why do they make it? What's the story? And then you're like, ooh, this is all very, very cool. So that's cool. Good quality for the price. I'm always down for making things that are affordable and high quality. So sick. Yeah, markers, to be honest, are probably one of the mediums that I'm not super comfortable using. Like, I'm comfortable with most traditional mediums. Like I sculpt, I paint in acrylic and oils, watercolor, gouache, charcoal. I've done a lot of printmaking. I've done intaglio, lots of silk screen, some good amount of relief. I haven't really done any litho, but one of my good friends has a litho press, so marker is one thing that I'm not very good at. Or like, I don't know, I think I just don't like having to like really saturate the paper to like get gradation smooth and stuff like that. I think what it is I have trouble with the more transparent mediums a medium is. I think the less comfortable and less confident I am in it, to be honest. So marker's one of the only things you get. Horrible at painting. To be honest, it's also just time. Like, even though I'm like, I'm not great at marker, it's more so that I don't practice marker. I'm sure well, the reason, and I don't say this because I think I'm a good artist, but I'm sure I'd be fine at learning marker because it's just about like how much time you spend on anything, and that's, I don't know. I honestly believe that anyone can get great at making art. It just depends if you like the medium enough to get through the phase where you're like, this isn't doing anything that I want it to do, and I hate it, which I haven't done, obviously, for marker. But yeah, I think honestly, if you practice any medium, like, you can get good at it. It just depends on how much you want to fight through the painful part of having it not do what you want it to do, which is why I think like 90% of people give up on art. Is that like they're like, oh, this, I can't make this thing that's in my head come out. And I'm like, you know, like, I can't make the thing that's in my head come out like 90% of the time. Like, so much of my work is like, oh yeah, this is like, I totally was going for this, and then it wasn't coming out, and then, but this other thing was coming out, and that's what you see here. That happens a lot to me. So, but I think if you're not an artist, maybe the only difference between people who like say they're artists and people who don't say they're artists is that like how comfortable you are with that process, or like knowing that you like art enough to fight through the part that really sucks. I think that's really the only difference, to be honest. Definitely not planning to give up on art. Excellent. Gonna go study next year. That's super cool. Congrats. That's awesome. I am very excited for you, Zach. I think it's super cool that you are considering studying the art. And I think what's cool too is that, like, I'm sure once you start like once you start your studies, you're gonna be like, you know what, I am all about painting, or you know what, I'm all about this other art form, I'm all about videography, or like After Effects or something. And it's like you never know what you're gonna end up being really into, which is, I think, kind of the cool part. And I'm really excited for you to like kind of start that journey. I felt like, so I went to university, I got a degree, then I graduated, and then I was like, you know what, this has nothing to do with what I want to do in life. I want to be an artist. And so I went back to university for a second time, and that was probably, I mean, university in general was really cool, but like that second time was probably one of the coolest, like, it was, don't get me wrong, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. But it was so, it was cool. It was so cool because there was so much I didn't know, and I was being exposed to so many new artists that I was like, oh my gosh, like, this artist is so cool, and this artist is so cool, and like, oh, I didn't even know this was like, you know, I'd be like trying to experiment and do things, and then my teachers would be like, you know what, you should look into this art movement. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like, there's a whole group of people that were thinking the exact same way that I was thinking, but they're like 300 years before me, and they figured out this full freaking thing. And that's like, that's really kind of cool. Like, there's other people that are doing, or like there's a whole movement of like doing what I was thinking about doing and exploring. And so like, that's one way that like I think art education can be super rad, is that like you meet your teachers, in theory have so much more knowledge of other artists out there that you don't have yet because you just haven't been exposed to it yet. And then they can expose it to you, and then you're like, yes, and then you can find what you really like and what you're really into, and then you can start like looking more into that, and then you can start developing your own ways of thinking about like different philosophies or different things. So yeah, teeth and eyes. I don't know, like, so I'm like super stoked for you. You're like, who's this random dude on the internet that's excited that I'm going to art school? Well, it's me. I am that random dude who's like, yes, that's so cool. And I also don't think that like anyone watching this later or live who's like, oh, like he's so pro art school, like that's not how I think of it. Like, I don't think it's necessary at all. I think it's really about, are you surrounding yourself with sources of new inspiration and new types of art, or talking to other artists who have been doing it longer than you, who can help guide you and be like, not like this is how you do it, but like, hey, maybe you should look into like this other stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, it's funny, right? I'm like, this guy, I just randomly came on his stream and he's so excited. Anyway, that's cool. I'm glad you're on other social media that like is designed for artists. And for anyone keeping track, I'm trying, this is so weird. Okay, it's this hot pink, like true love. It's called Pure Love. This is a kombucha, Freya, today, and welcome back. But it's like the winter edition, even though it obviously looks Valentine Day-esque, and it's blood orange, hibiscus, and rose, and it is very good. I'm a big fan of this one. I'm thinking it's getting up there with like, you know, my usual rotation of synergy, like pineapple, peach, and watermelon. I think this is up there. It is up there for me. It's getting up there with, yeah, you know what? The longer I drink it, the more I like it, I think. I don't know if it's up to the orange creamsicle by Health Aid, but like this one's pretty tasty. I recommend it. One day, yeah. You know, Freya, like sometimes kombucha's good, sometimes kombucha's bad. Were you there when I don't think you were, because I think it was like a stream that was at a really weird time for you. But I was casting a Chainborn tournament, and I was drinking kombucha, and I don't know if it was the fermentation didn't go right, or if it was old, or if I just have an allergy to elderberry, because I've never had elderberry before. But I got like mad food poisoning. And that's when kombucha goes very, very wrong. Let me see. Is the third tooth there going to be good? Yeah. I kind of like how these two were kind of looking like fangs, but I think I need a third tooth here, just to break up this shape. But yeah, that was not great at all. But you know, it is what it is sometimes. And to be fair, like that's the only time I've ever gotten sick from kombucha. So it's pasteurized, you know, it's like fermented. It's like sauerkraut. It's like really safe to eat as a whole. But you know, be safe, everybody. Oh, thank you, Zach. I'm glad you think so. I'm just trying to keep these cards like this. It's kind of rendered, but I'm trying to keep it kind of simply rendered. So I will let chat determine lighting above left, above right in terms of looking at the screen. So like above left up here, above right, bottom left, bottom right. How should we light this? Because then it'll give it some more oomph. What do we want to do? Up, right, up, left, right, bottom. I don't know. Bottom, right, left. $6.50 a dozen for... Wait, what? Top right would be up here. Wait, what? What? $6.50 a dozen? Is that the price for kombucha for you? What are you talking about? Or like 6 o'clock? Is that 6:30? I don't know where I go like the dozen. Yeah, you might have to translate. Sorry, I was like, what? Huh? Top right, yeah. Top right is what, you know, I feel like I default to, which isn't a bad thing, but I think it's like good as an artist to like understand what your habits are, because it's like good to break them sometimes. And it's just good to be aware of like things that you like default to, or like, so then sometimes you'll change it up. Oh yeah, I know. This is the good and bad thing about international stuff, right? Is that like some of the phrases in slang, like I'm sure I probably say stuff in Freya. If you're ever like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Like, that's totally fine. What's up, Josh? How's it going? What in the fluff is going on? We're drawing the all-seeing oracle, homie. How are you doing today? All right, teeth and eye. Wait, what? Okay, so I gotta do the hair. I'm gonna do that on a separate layer because hair gets crazy and it gets all over the place. But it is not a vagina forehead. I've talked about this. It is a labial orifice. It is not, because vaginas don't exist on the forehead. And I'm sure like just even saying the word vagina more than once on stream is probably gonna get me like shadow banned or something. But regardless, ooh, that was a crazy thing. I don't like that. Regardless, oh, this is where the beauty of the chalk brush comes through, I think. You know, which is, you know, okay, I will say that is kind of dumb for me to like consider that, but like, I don't know, like the vagina is just a body part. It's only when we get weird about it that it, like, I don't know, you know? It's just like human anatomy. But people get weird about it. But I think it's one of those things that's like the more, you know, the more you talk about like anatomy and like parts of the human body, and like the less weird it gets. Like I used to, okay, so before I went to art school, you know, there's a whole thing is like, oh, you're gonna draw naked people. And that is true. There is a lot of nude drawing. And it's also, ooh, thanks. That's something. Thank you. I gotta look for a bottle of cleaning solution for Kiss. Is Kissy okay? I hope. Well, I hope that whatever needs cleaning isn't super crazy. Anyway, yeah. So art school, right? People are always like, "Oh, you're gonna like draw a bunch of naked chicks and stuff." If you're like, you know, you grow up and you're a dude. And that's kind of the question that you tend to be asked. Are you going to draw a bunch of naked chicks? And the answer is often, you will draw naked people, and of all genders, and of all ages, and shapes, and other things. Cool. See you, Zach. Peace out, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the follow. I don't know. Only because I don't have notifications on Streamlabs, apparently, which is weird. But anyway, but thanks. Freya Facts, stingrays. That is excellent. I like it. I like stingrays. Stingrays are cool. But yeah, you just draw a bunch of people and like you see a bunch of penises and boobs, and it's, you know, you just kind of, you're like, whatever, I just gotta draw, y'all. You're like, man, like, get your boobs out of my face, I gotta draw, thing is hard, like, excuse me, sir, can you move your penis to the side, because it's like not at a good angle for me to draw for this composition. Like, that's kind of like the mindset you get in art school, and you're just like, naked, whatevs. But anyway, that all came from Josh's vagina mouth or vagina forehead comment, and that's what I've been thinking about, which for now. Freya facts. Let's do it. We need some Freya facts, so let's go. I need to hear. Wait. I'll stop. I have to stop trying to type. So we'll get to it in a sec. / Freya fact. Ready, Freya? Here we go. Baboom. Wait. There it goes. Wait, is it gone? Is it gone? It hasn't gone yet. It'll come. It'll come. I was in multi-stream instead of chat window. It should pop up. There it goes. Oh, it didn't show up in the Twitch chat this time. Weird. Anyway, giant manta ray, the world's largest ray with a wingspan. Oh man, the chat on stream looks kind of weird. Wingspan of up to 26 feet. That's like, that is so fucking big. That is a large ray. They are filter feeders and eat large quantities of zooplankton. Giant manta rays are slow-growing, migratory animals with small, highly fragmented populations that are sparsely distributed across the world. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm into it. Freya facts are back, everyone. If you need a stingray fact, let me know, and I can ping the magic. And Freya can also self-activate too. But this is good. This is good. I'm into this. I'm glad the Freya facts are back. And if you miss it, I don't know if Freya still even remembers that she has a full channel devoted to her in the Discord server for Freya facts. Okay, and we're doing lighting from top right. I think it was decided. We'll try that. Yeah, drop it. Freya fact. Here. Freya fact. What? Join Twitch today. I'm on Twitch. What are you talking about, Streamlabs? Why does this not? Freya fact. Oh, I think maybe multi-stream only puts it on YouTube. Sorry, everyone on YouTube who can't see the magic that's going on Twitch. Why? Okay. Apparently, I can't. Why? 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 I'm literally streaming to you, chat room. Okay, I'm glad. There it goes on YouTube. Whatever. Gamma rays are the most harmful external hazard. Wait, this is a cool fact, Freya, but I was told stingrays. This is not stingrays. This is about gamma rays. Beta particles can partially penetrate skin, causing beta burns. Alpha particles cannot penetrate intact skin. Gamma and X-rays can pass through a person, damaging cells in their path. Wait. What? Why? What's going on, Freya? What's up, Eel? What is up with people today with great pun names? Mentally Eel? That is amazing. You're like, I don't have my glasses. I'm sorry. What is up, Eel? How are you doing? Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. We are making monsters, apparently. I mean, gamma rays and X-rays and knowing the difference between also alpha particles and beta particles is actually good to know. It's really fantastic. Like, it's actually why, like, how sunscreen works, stuff like that. It's kind of cool. But we are here with a Freya fact for a stingray. So, okay, this is, I should start rendering this soon. Being the smallest stingray species, teacup stingrays adapts well with a few tank ornaments and even tank mates. A house aquarium is having a mini version of the real SeaWorld. That's cool. Good. I guess you can get teacup stingrays. My sources are getting mixed up. It's okay. It's okay, Freya. You don't have to apologize. I was just very confused about the whole thing with the beta rays and the alpha, well, with the beta particles and the alpha rays. Tired. I get that. I am also quite tired, to be honest. I was looking at Ray. That is true. Today is like National Pun Day, I feel like. More specific on stingrays, because rays, the gamma rays and stuff, they're also rays, just not the aquatic rays that we were hoping that we would get facts on. Okay. That is really funny. Lots of weird wordplay going on, I feel like. Ooh, crocheting a lot. That's excellent. That's good. Getting the flu, not excellent. I feel that. I don't know if I had the flu. I was definitely like super sick that turned into a bad cough for like 2 weeks, which I very generously gave to my wife, who's not happy about that. But she's finally, I think, getting better, and so hopefully we won't have a sick household anymore. You're like, fucking sick of crocheting. Totally get it. Totally get it. Oh man, I lost that color. What kind of stuff were you crocheting? You know, Freya, I think it's not awkward for you to post in Discord after being away for a few months. Like, I think just go for it. Do it. Post those facts. Share the facts with the world. That's interesting. That's super fascinating. Sorry. Oh, it's because this layer is... I had painted on the wrong layer for that. Oh. Fixed, maybe. Yeah, kind of. Okay. Christmas stuff for Stall, which was unsuccessful. That's a bummer. I'm sorry to hear that, Eel. Now I'm on deadline crunch to make a Coraline doll. Ooh, that sounds that feel like being on the deadline crunch makes whatever project you're working on much less fun usually. So much stress and stuff with that. Yeah, sorry to hear about the unfortunate of like the I don't know, whatever, the stall not working out. It's like, I don't even know. I'm obviously tired too. I had a vending event this weekend, which didn't go terribly bad for me, but didn't go well. So I feel you. Bad shows happen, I feel like, to everybody at some point. If you have some useless facts, I don't think they're useless. I just think they're facts that you might not prioritize when, I don't know. Maybe, okay. So we're sharing. So Freya does this thing where she researches a biology topic and then shares it. And so she's currently sharing facts about rays, as in like stingrays or manta rays. So especially if you have facts on stingrays or manta rays, then I mean, you can also just share like random facts, too. I'm down with that. I have no problem with that. The more you know. Da-da-ding. Well, I mean, Freya, my Discord server is very quiet. So, like, I don't know if people care about the things I say most of the time. But, like, you just gotta... This is the hardest part about being a creative, is you often have to just, like, make because you make, and share even if no one's watching. It's that whole weird quote about, like, like, dance like nobody's looking or whatever. But it's like, it's kind of true. Like, as corny as and like overplayed as that quote is, it's sort of true. You just kind of gotta like make stuff even if you think nobody cares. So, and that's cool, Eel, that Freya's offering research opportunities too. Vultures have less feathers on their heads because they stick their head up their prey's butt to get to the softer, easier to eat insides. Wow, I didn't actually know that. That's very cool. I had no, I was actually wondering about vultures the other day. I forgot what it was. What did I see? I saw something. I was like, like, I wonder why vultures are bald. And now I know. Thank you. Thank you, Mentally Eel. This was already so helpful. I didn't know about the tiny rays either. So I didn't say thank you specifically, Freya, but thank you. I didn't know about those either. That's wild. All right, everyone. We've solved the mystery of why the vultures are bald, apparently. Pretty crazy, if you ask me. Very cool. Okay, we have a light and shadow on the other thing, on that fleshy layer. Now we will add some shadows. I'm gonna redden this up and darken it, and we're gonna make some gums. Shadows on the gums. I'm glad, like, again, I would never ask you to do facts if you didn't enjoy it and you're just like, I just like doing facts. I wouldn't want you to feel, I never want you to feel obligated to do Freya facts, Freya. I appreciate them, and I think they're cool. And I just like promoting science literacy, so hey. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick left to right kind of this. And then we'll go in with the little details to really push the pink red. I just think about like all of the commercials for like mouthwashes that there's like, do you have like red and bleed, like, are your gums red and bleeding? I'm like, this one's is like, yes. It's like, I made that ad for you, Oracle. You need to brush your teeth. But the Oracle would say it's kind of very difficult to brush their teeth when they don't have arms and they're just a disembodied living head that is stuck onto a stake. Makes it a little bit difficult to brush, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. You like promoting teamwork? Teamwork's good too. I like teamwork as well. Science, literacy, and teamwork. That's cool. Okay, now to rendering the eyes. Great clipping mask. Light and shadow. Yeah, speaking of science literacy, so my co-author for the Futures Trust, the book I wrote on organizational trust and stuff like that, it's so cool. Lisa's rad. I just want to give Lisa a quick shout out because she is awesome, and she is like the CEO of Canada's like, there's some like a nonprofit that or it's like it's a government, I think, agency that's based about it's all about expanding people's idea of quantum technology. So quantum physics, quantum computing, all sorts of like crazy mind-boggling smart person stuff. And she's like the CEO of Canada's like national quantum initiative, which is super awesome. And she's a super cool human being. So I don't know. Just wanted to throw that out. I'll brag about my friend because she's cool. And someday I was like, man, I hope to do something like nearly as cool as what Lisa's doing right now. But humans have Blasco lines. Cats can see them. Okay, that's... What are Blasco lines? Eel, please share with us what Blasco lines actually are. And yes, Freya, give me some more rays. I need more ray magic. Just adding shading on the teeth is what's going on. Nothing major, nothing super crazy. Just shadowing the teeth. Because the teeth are three-dimensional also. They need to look like three-dimensional things. You know, that's the bad thing about not having music is you get, like, I'll start randomly bursting into made-up songs that mean nothing, and I'm so sorry. I need to know what Blasco lines are, and I need to know more about rays. Yeah. I like that I end all my songs with like, yeah. Because I don't actually know music at all. I knows about arts, I don't knows about music. Ooh, we're talking stingray venom now. I'm interested. Yeah, I could tell as soon as I saw venom. Complex venom. Okay, so not only does the puncture itself cause injury and pain, but the stinger also releases a complex venom, which leads to intense pain at the puncture site. Uncommon effects include headaches, nausea and vomiting, fainting, low blood pressure, arrhythmias of the heart, that's uneven beating for those that don't know, and even seizures. So my wife, she got stung by a stingray when she was surfing a long time ago. She said that sucked. You bite. Why have you been stung by a stingray so many times? Oh, you wade fish. Got it. Got it. That actually makes sense why you would have been stung many times. Although I feel like, aren't you supposed to like walk in the sand and like kick up, like shuffle your feet so you don't like step on stingrays? Isn't that like a thing you do? No? Or does that still like not work and you can still totally get like stung by a stingray? So it's not really a thing in that it doesn't work or that people don't do it? Because in my mind, I feel like those are two different things. Doesn't really work. Interesting. So now what I'm hearing from you, Josh, is that if I go into the ocean, I am just likely, and I step on the sand, I'm just likely to get stung by a fucking stingray no matter what I do. There's like no prevention. I mean, I don't blame the stingray either. If someone just randomly stepped on me, I'd probably want to like stab them with a poison syringe as well, you know? But it would be, you think they attack? Do they attack? Are they like aggressive when you're like shuffling your feet? Because I feel like they would know that it's like not good, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna go back to the ink stage and we're just gonna hit some shadow stuff. What's going on? Save. If you spook one, the stinger is right there. Isn't it kind of like on its back? I feel like you could hit like the side of it to try to spook it and then like... No? Okay. Photoshop's just being weird. It was like, you can't keep painting. I won't let you paint. One tried to cut your finger off once? Jesus Christ, man. They look like they're always smiling. I don't know. They look kind of creepy to me, to be fair. Cool. Have a good dinner, eel. Peace out. Oh, went to the bone? Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I'll be super honest. If I've had that many bad run-ins with stingrays, I probably wouldn't go fishing. I'd be like, nope, I ain't doing wade fishing. Although, to be fair, I'm just glad that you live very far away from me, and I'm hoping that maybe stingrays aren't as prominent in Southern California as they are in Florida. Went down to the bone? Jesus, man. That's totally some like face hugger stuff, man. Gah. I'm assuming that was like stitches, like mad stitches. Although hey, man, eel left without telling me what those lines meant on the cats. The humans have something lines that cats can see. Like, wait, what? What was that fact about? That is unacceptable. Telling me a fact and not following up with more information. Eel, god damn it. Wait, glowing cats? Freya, what? Okay, scientists have made glowing cats. There've been 3 glowing GM cats by using a virus to carry a gene called green fluorescent protein, GFP, into the eggs from which the cannibals eventually grew, which was then used to determine which cats have taken the specialized cells due to the fact that they glow. What? America, stop making monster stuff, man. Why are you making monster glow-in-the-dark cats? Like, what? God damn it, America. You keep surprising me in, like, the dumbest ways. We're gonna make monster cats. That's cool. That is legitimately cool, though. I am... Like, I hate that happened, but I also think it's rad. I just hope those cats are treated very, very well. Green fluorescent protein. That's cool. I want green fluorescent protein. Even just to drink. Even if you're like, hey, we have a protein shake that's completely green and it glows green. I'd be like, even if it like, I don't, sign me up. Fucking sign me up. I'm into it. Green fluorescent protein. Like, I love doing fluorescent stuff in all of the toys I design, and if I can make it glow or fluoresce under black light, I will, because it's awesome. So, like, okay, you study this for your paper, Freya. Like, are they like, do they only fluoresce under black light, or are they like glow in the dark fluorescing type stuff, like bioluminescence? Ooh, I like that we're all sharing biofacts now. A small bird, a loggerhead shrike, they impale their prey on thorns or barbed wire. That's cool. I think I've seen examples of these shrikes before. Maybe we've talked about them here. But that is cool that they just like impale stuff. They glow in the dark. What? Okay. Okay. Don't tell my cats this. But I want glow in the dark cats. If I could get some glow in the dark cats, I'd be very grateful. So if anyone wants to get me glow in the dark cats, you know. Glow in the dark cats. Cool. We've got the all-seeing oracle. Sees all, knows all. Oh, they're immune to a type of AIDS found in street cats? Oh, is that FIV? So the shelter, Tailtown, that I adopted my kitty babies from, they had a cat there for a very long time. His name was Art Vandelay, and he had FIV, and he was such he was a very cute cat. However, if he had a lot of trust issues because Art grew up on the streets, and he had like part of his face like torn up pretty badly when they found him. So like, like I get it, y'all, but he just had some trust issues, but he was a very sweet boy that just needed loving. He was very territorial because of his street nature. He grew up in the hood, grew up having to fight for his food, fight for like shelter, you know, like it's tough. It's tough being a street cat. You know, it's just tough living on the streets. You know what I mean? But yeah, so he had FIV, but it was very nice. He was one of the oldest residents of Tailtown, and shortly after we adopted Mike and 11, he got adopted, which was very, very heartwarming. There was a lot of like when we were looking at cats to adopt, we already knew that we wanted to adopt a cat that had been there a while, and so because like everyone likes to adopt kittens because they're like easy, like they don't fucking know anything, they haven't set up a personality yet. You can kind of like, you know, boss them around a little bit. You can train them a lot easier to like, you know, like I don't know, you could do like harness training and stuff like that, and like they're all happy and stuff. Older cats are a little bit more ornery in that like they have more of their personality, and like, you know, they're a little bit harder to train, but they need loving homes too. So we really wanted to adopt an older cat or a resident who had been there a while, because already we saw that we met Mike and 11 when they were really young, and then Mike got super seriously sick, and then he got separated from his sister for a while, and you could just see like 11's confidence drop, and like it was a tough year for them. But yeah, and then eventually Mike got better, he came back, and 11 got happy. But anyway, yeah, so a lot of people don't, they adopt kittens, they don't adopt cats, and I like to encourage people to consider adopting cats, older cats. And Art was like 8 years old, so he was, you know, a decently aged cat. But then it was cool because a lot of the cats that had been there for a while, right around when we adopted Mike and 11, they got adopted. So it's like, yay, get out of here, cats, go into your forever homes and like be happy with your families. Anyway, weird side tangent on cat adoption, but what isn't weird side tangents on when you listen to me talk? Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of more, some highlights on these teeth. And then I'm going to call this bad eyeball eating monster crazy done. Crazy and done. I cannot speak today. Okay, they get the glowing parts from jellyfish and coral and sea anemones. Makes sense. Natural occurring bioluminescent markers. And we'll just do some very light pink on the gums. Even though it's dead, the gums have to look a little wet, you know? So that's what we're going for here. Yeah, I'm sure like the cats don't even notice. They're just like, yeah, I'm just glowing. What are you talking about? They're like, what? You're so remarkable. You're a glowing cat. And the cat's just like, what are you talking about? Which is, I think, cool because they don't know any different. All right. We've got the all-seeing oracle. Ta-da! Boom, boom. Man, I want glowing cats. Can I have glowing cats? I want glowing cats. When they start to get a shot that protects them from the glowing part. Yeah, having just a bunch of glow-in-the-dark cats would be cool. All right, do we have any more Ray facts, Freya? Any more Ray facts to drop? I kind of want to just figure out this background a little bit better. Maybe I'm just gonna like add a little bit of a gradient. Oh, like that. That looks kind of good. I like that. Okay, despite their reputation as being dangerous, stingray-caused deaths are actually rare. Accidental injuries do happen, but understanding how and why barbings occur could help prevent them and help beachgoers overcome the stingray stigma. Tell that to poor Josh, who has been stung 1,000,000 times. I really like this. Maybe I'll make the all-seeing oracle into a sticker. Do you think there's a market for the all-seeing oracle doing tarot card readings? Because that could be fun. I could just have the all-seeing oracle here, another camera on the tarot cards, and then we could do tarot card readings. Not that I don't know anything about tarot cards. I'm just a regular artist. But the all-seeing oracle, who sees all and knows all, probably could do a pretty good tarot card reading. But it's a half fact. It's not as good. Stingray sting is usually not deadly, can be very painful. To get one, rinse the wound, stop the bleeding, and soak the wound in very, very hot water. The hottest water you can stand, because I'll tell you why, which I do know, Freya, is that the the painful toxin is a protein, and heat denatures proteins. So, I don't know, which maybe putting your foot in almost boiling water might be just as painful, but maybe it'll last less long, because heat denatures proteins. It actually causes proteins to unwind, and part of how proteins work at a very biological level is that the proteins all have little shapes that when they lock in, they do different things. And so by denaturing the protein, they get all they unravel, and they're just strands. They don't lock into your pain receptors or stuff like that. So they're basically just floating weird stuff in your bloodstream, that then your immune system will come and just eat away and stuff. Yeah, and once the proteins are denatured, they can't go back to normal. So yeah, science. We know science here. Look at that big O smiley face. I'm into this. I appreciate this weird, creepy monster thing. Yeah, teeth. All right. Let's see. We've got... Okay. Maybe I'll try to start something else. Let me see. What else do we have? Ooh, yeah, the heat affects the active site where it means it can't fit with its complementary substrate. That's some biology right there. Stay in school, kids. Which I don't know. I like... That's one of those funny things that I grew up with that I don't know if I actively agree with. Let's keep learning, kids. That is something I actually agree with. It's less about school. It's more about continuing to learn and grow your mind that I care about. I don't care if you're school's dumb. I'm that's fine. The all-seeing oracle. Okay, so you know what? I gotta go back and figure out before, like, okay, I'm probably gonna have to redo the All-Seeing Oracle because, like, I don't know, like, I gotta make sure color-wise everything works out. I forgot what it actually does or what it supports. I just made it because I thought it was creepy and cool, and I actually have a giant one in my room that I take to conventions and stuff. But I have all these ideas for blood idols. You know what? Maybe we'll go back to that Festival of Madness illustration. Because these illustrations, my friends, are the ones that will not be fun to redo. Or I never even finished it, really. Nope, that's the actual card itself, which I still have to redo as well. Festival of Madness art, maybe? There it is. Oh, I'm so tired today, excuse me. Okay. So yeah, so this dude's looking good. I think maybe if we decide, I just painted like one layer. Willow would hate me. This is like full color. It's not very simplified. That's the sound of me not being happy. Madness is teal. It needs more teal. Maybe, what if the light was teal? What if I just change this to teal magic? It's kind of cool, huh? Still keeps its glow. I'd like repaint this fire area, or this fire area, but hardcore biology. How would I redo this? I painted that hand. I'm so like, okay, I'm gonna leave. I don't know. No, I should just copy the duplicate layer, and then I can just willy-nilly change the color. But look at this hand. I worked so hard on this hand. Look at that like nicely rendered little stabby handle thing, you know? Like, I like it. But alas, I have to change it. Okay, I think cool. I'm glad you like it more. No, it's gonna be teal because it needs to be thematic. So it needs to feel like it's in the same world. Okay, I'm gonna try to start this by just outlining, maybe, and maybe that will do it. Come on. The teal with the pink mask, I think looks kind of cool. I'm just like, yeah. All right, let's begin, I guess. I'm so hesitant. Maybe I'll just like leave that alone for now. And then these were meant to be like feathers, I think. Or like leaves? Did I want these to be leaves or did I want them to be feathers? I think they're... What do you think? Do you think these look like leaves or do you think they look like feathers? I don't know. I'm gonna have to add more anyway. Maybe we'll do feathers. These are gonna be feathers. And then if there's like extra stuff peeking out, like it's just like, how feathers are like kind of fuzzy or something? Where like a lot of times there's like feathers and then like birds have hair around it. Like I kind of want the idea to be like, that's like that really fine down. All right. I'm just going back and forth, adding these different kind of like the venation, or I guess venation is leaves. I'm trying to pace myself, Freya. How many more facts do you have in the lineup, in the queue? I don't want you to go home with extra facts, Okay, maybe we'll do one more. We could do both. I mean, at the end, just let me know how many you've got, and we'll figure it out. Actually, because the lighting is on the bottom. Oh my gosh. Well, we can still do the pecs. The pecs are a big enough shape. But then his six-pack will be, or his abs will be like the opposite. All right, this isn't working out too as badly as I thought it was going to be. Like, this feels like I'm really just taking the existing illustration and almost adding line art to it. So it's simplifying it. It's going to make it easy to finish the painting. Still have some like tweaks to do, but like, okay, so he's got a dagger in that hand, and then should he be holding like a sacrifice, or is he self-sacrificing? What's going on here? I forgot. I'll come back to his hand because I don't know. I don't know. 2 more? Okay. I'm ready for you, Freya. Let's Freya fact me. Let's see. Males and females, I'm assuming stingrays, reach sexual maturity at disc widths of 15 to 16 centimeters, aka 5.9 to 6.3 inches, and 20 centimeters, 7.9 inches, respectively. The maximum lifespan is 15 to 25 years. That one's a bit rubbish. The next one is better. Oh, Freya. I mean, like, okay, wait, so what is the disc? Like, I forgot what, if we're talking, I assume, well, stingrays in general, or rays in general, but I'm assuming stingrays. What is a disc? What part of, like, their body is that? Do you know? Because I don't. So I'm asking you. Dang. Kill your darlings. I really don't want to paint over this nicely rendered thing, but sometimes you do what you gotta do. I mean, I can still keep the rendering, obviously, but... But only so much rendering can be kept. Oh, it's just like the overall shape of its body. That makes sense. It's like the roundness. Is that like the disc width? That's what it's called, I guess. Ah, got it. A unit of measurement for stingrays, the disc. What should he be holding in his left hand? So this guy is an insane priestess dancing in a fire. And I'm pretty sure, wait, I think he kills himself. And like in the card, you know? Yeah, it's pretty wild. They like, yeah, it's like a self-sacrifice thing. Should he be holding like a punch bowl? I was thinking like, well, he's gonna eventually kill himself, I think, too. He's just holding a rock. I like that. Punch bowl. Oh, should he be holding a jar of Kool-Aid? Like a Kool-Aid man-shaped Kool-Aid jar that's like red, and he's like, yeah, let's go. Death to us all. My ideas are your ideas are fine. Don't worry about it, Freya. I just think they're funny. Oop. I not do the... Oh. The bottom should have light. Some light, at least. The ideas. I think it would be funny. I think having, like, I mean, like, as much as you can, like, as much as you can, like, make fun of, like, mass suicide, which is very not funny at all, but, like, if you could, I think having a pitcher of Kool-Aid or, like, some sort of punch is the funniest. Do you think... I feel like if I saw some joke the other day, or like some comic about how the Kool-Aid, how Kool-Aid feels after like mass suicide type things, and they're like, God damn it, stop saying the Kool-Aid. Mix it into something else. Because I was like, that, you know, it's not a good thing to be remembered by, is to be like, oh, I drink this beverage when I'm about to commit suicide. You're like, man, that's not the best PR branding move that we could, you know, that we would prefer. So I get that. I super understand. But I was just like, oh yeah, I wonder, do Kool-Aid stock prices drop when there's like a Heaven's Gate type thing, or do they go up? I don't know. But anyway, regardless, like, it's not super funny, obviously, but like, I kind of like the idea that like there's this that there's a you know, a jar of Kool-Aid. I had Kool-Aid like once or twice. Yeah, you know, I don't think. Yeah, it's half like. I think it's just flavor, right? Like, I haven't made Kool-Aid in like probably 25 years. But yes, I do remember seeing like, wait, we have to add sugar. It's not like everything you need isn't in this package, and being quite disappointed that like I had to add more things to Kool-Aid. Like pink lemonade. That makes sense. That's cool. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm actually painting this brown because I think in the fact that it has blue lighting like it does, I think this is going to read very much very Kool-Aid like, if that makes sense. Like, it's gonna read, hopefully this reads red just through simultaneous contrast, but tasted like pink and yellow nerds. That sounds amazing. is so ridiculous. Oops. This dude is so stoked. Look at that cool little spiral mask he's got. And he's got his like jar of Kool-Aid, and he's got his knife that he's like cutting himself with, and he's just like, life is so good, Kool-Aid. So expensive though to buy, because over here we have American candy shops and they sell a bunch of sweets that we have, but for ridiculous prices. I mean, that sounds like a very American thing to do, is to be like, hey, you can come try these American sweets. It costs a bunch because of import taxes are crazy. So that totally tracks. That totally tracks. That we would have like some American import candy shop that is just ridiculously overpriced. Which is crazy, because like in the States, like Kool-Aid, like how much does Kool-Aid cost? Kool-Aid is supposed, like, I can't imagine it's very expensive. Oh crap, we are almost at time and I have to go feed my cats, but I gotta look at Kool-Aid prices. Kool-Aid price. Kool-Aid. Shopping. Okay. What? How is a box of Kool-Aid $72? Oh, 192 packets. That's why. Holy shit. I was like, how are someone spending $80 on $70 on Kool-Aid? And you're like, oh, it's because you have 192 packets. It's like 5 boxes of Kool-Aid. Jesus Christ, that's a shit ton of Kool-Aid. That's wild, though. Last you to the end. It depends how much Kool-Aid you drink. If you have a whole cult, you have to keep hydrated. That could just be one go, you know? Okay, last Freya fact, and then I have to go feed the cat fact. A method applied by aquariums to reduce stingray-related injury is the clipping of the caudal spine, which is like the back tail, kind of. Stingray spines are like fingernails in that they lack nerves and grow back after a period of time. Oh, it's like just clipping your nails. That's cool. Oh, you need to buy the same in sugar. Yeah. That's wild. I'm just like, what? Oh, yeah, because the packets are unsweetened. So you have to add your own sweetened whatever. I like that they only sell it in like on Amazon, they only sell it to you in like, you got to buy 1 million packets. You can't just buy like one. They're not going to sell you 1 packet of Kool-Aid. Ready to drink. Jammers. Oh, it's like Capri Suns, but just Kool-Aid. God. These must be so bad for you. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Kool-Aid. Okay. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. This was a relatively successful experiment in multi-streaming. YouTube, what's up? Goodbye. Twitch, thank you for being here. Good to see you, Freya. Thank you for being here. Thanks for dropping all of your facts. As always, feel free to drop it into the Discord. And yeah, we will leave you with this Kool-Aid drinking fanatic who is all stoked about passing around the Kool-Aid, which may or may not have his blood in it. Hopefully not. Anyway, okay, thanks so much. GN. Peace out and good night. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, that's weird. It said it on. There's a lag. It said it in